Yo, 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 what's up? So, today I'm gonna teach you how I made basically the basic idea of Aerodynamic by Daft Punk. So, I started it off by literally ripping the sample of bells straight from the track. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. But the original sample is from a song called Sister Sledge. Or I don't remember if it's Sister Sledge is the band or the I don't know, but basically this is how the sample goes. Hold on. Alright, so this is the original sample. And if you cut it up, I used Fruity Slicer, and I cut it up on beat, and you rearrange it in this exact way, and you get this. And it's important that these be quarter beat instead of half beat because this is what happens. This plays this, yeah, you get the idea, but there you go. So there's the sample and the chopped up part. Now, as you probably could tell, it doesn't sound like the Daft Punk. It doesn't sound like the original Aerodynamic. It's the same guitar sample, but it just doesn't have the same effects, which is where I introduce all of these effects. Now, these aren't the exact effects that Daft Punk used, but this this is the closest I could get it to sound with stock FL Studio plugins. So first thing I did is added a little bit of overdrive. I kind of just put random settings everywhere, but the main thing you want to adjust is the preamp. If you don't adjust the preamp with the Fruity Squeeze, it's going to sound very bad. This is what it sounds like. Exactly. So you want to have this around 0.7, and without the Fruity Squeeze, this is what it sounds like. Oops. So yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't really change much, but it really helps out with the squeeze. All right, so next thing I added was a Fruity Stereo Enhancer, which it's pretty self-explanatory. It just widens the sound in your ears. So this is what it sounds like now. A lot wider. And then here's where the Fruity Squeeze comes in, which is I forgot what the name of it is, but it does something to it. This is it without, and this is it with. Now it sounds bad, but with the other effects, it sounds a lot better. I added reverb. It's not much at all. It's only a little bit of reverb. You want to make sure your high cut is only at around 0.8 kilohertz. That's what I meant to say. It doesn't really matter the rest of the knobs. Just have your wet kind of low, dry. Just basically the default with just lower high cut. Next up, I added a compressor, which really brings the sound together, in my opinion. Now, what this does is it compresses all the audio down and bringing the ratio all the way up. I think in the original the ratio is infinite, but I can't get I don't know how to put infinite on the compressor as of now, since I'm fairly new to FL Studio. And then I just brought up the gain. Make your attack pretty low and your release pretty low. But the gain, without the gain, this is what it sounds like. It's very quiet. I just brought the gain up. You can really hear it in there. Yeah. Next thing I added is the EQs. Now you're gonna probably ask why I have 1 and 2. This one is to boost the lows and the mid around 1100 1100 hertz. And then this one is to boost around 500 hertz, and this one boosts around 300 hertz. So there's just specific frequencies that are raised, in my opinion, which gives it the sound that I'm looking for. So without the EQ, this is boosting the highs and in around 1100 hertz. You can hear it sounds a lot better already. And then here it's just boosting specific frequencies, and this is what it sounds like altogether. Yeah. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Next thing I added was the drums. So this is probably not anywhere close to with sorry. This is probably not anywhere close to the original, but it sounds really good. So I just put it in there. Now you're gonna be probably asking, oh, but this already has drums. You can hear the drums, but they're not really actual drums. They're just with the sample, and yeah. So they add drums halfway through this first section. So here's what it sounds like without and with. So that sounds a lot better. And then the infamous, yeah. So for this one, of course, since I'm using stock FL Studio plugins, I went with FL Slayer. And these are the settings I use. I use Solo Dynamic, 6-string one. And I found that this amp and this cabinet sound the best together. I also didn't do anything. I thought I did something to highs. I put the amp on wah-wah because every other one sounds really weird to me. And I boosted this, I think, a little bit. Make sure that hold is off. And I could probably mess with these settings, but I'm happy with the way it sounds now. And because it's FL Slayer, it sounds really disgusting, but there's really nothing I can do about that. So here's the first part. Oops. I forgot. So in the original, there is pitch bends right here. There's pitch bends in that little section. So what I did is I just have it pitch up, because pitch bend, when you go all the way up, it goes 2 semitones up. And yeah. You just go like halfway up, or halfway through, or what's it, the 8th beat. You want to be there. And what I just did like a little curve thing, and then go right back down, because if you don't go right back down, it sounds like this. It's just the wrong note. And I just put the note 2 down. 2 semitones. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the section. And then, as you know, it goes into the octave. Which, in my opinion, this sounds almost identical to the original. It's just the amp that I used is a little bit off, but I mean, that's the best you're going to get with FL Slayer. And then what brings this all together is all of them together. And then right after that is just the bell. I don't think there's another one, but I haven't done the second half of it. But that's just the main part of Aerodynamic. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to try to be uploading more FL Studio stuff because I want to really get familiar with this program. And now that I have FL Studio on my computer upstairs, because I technically 2 computers, I'll be able to probably upload if my computer can handle running OBS and FL Studio, because it's not a very good computer. But thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.